Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michael Mastro. Today we're going to look at the chart for Richard Belzer, um, actor, comedian. May he rest in peace. If you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal Vedic zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Virgo rising at 6 degrees. First, we'll look and see how the planets were operating in his chart, what contributed to his success and setbacks, and then we'll look and see how the planetary periods affected certain dates in his life, certain events, and then we'll look to see what could be done to strengthen the chart. So first, Sun is its landlord, which is Moon, and Sun can't be any stronger than its landlord, is weak. So Sun becomes weak at 18 degrees. And the sun gives him an ability to take on roles. It's ruling the 12th house, which is ability to separate from oneself to take on these different comedic or detective type roles that he plays on these Law and Order, etc. Now, it is weak, and it is it's ruling this house of end of life, and so his father um, committed suicide, and it is afflicting the moon. Moon is ruling the house of older siblings, and his older brother also committed suicide. Um, then Moon is, as I said, is afflicted by Sun, and it gives income through public entertainment. It's sitting in the house of entertainment, and it's ruling the house of income. And because it is weak, his mother was abusive towards him. Uh, Mars is at 21 degrees, and it's ruling the house of research and death-like experiences and trauma. And it is give him the ability. He wrote 4 books on UFOs and JFK's assassination, and gives him passion for the roles he plays, acting roles. Sitting in that house of being separate. Um, then we have weak placement of Jupiter. Jupiter is placed in the 12th house, a challenging house. It's at 8 degrees, and it's close to the most effective point, which is the rising sign degree of 6 degrees. So it has a lot of impact. And it is ruling the house of happiness and home life. And again, sitting in that 12th house. So it gives happiness through taking on these different roles, acting roles that he does. And the home life is a little bit weak, so there was 2 divorces, and he did not have any children of his own. Jupiter is an indicator for children. Then we have old Venus at 29 degrees. Any planet that's more than 25 degrees is said to be in old age and cannot protect or promote its own significations. So it's ruling the house of wealth and marital stability and fame, and it's sitting in the house of income. So it connects wealth through the significations of Venus, which is acting, performing arts, and there's also, because it is a little bit weak, then the marital stability was not there. Again, two divorces. Did have a beautiful wife who was also in Playboy at one point, I guess. Then Saturn is any planet that rules the 6th, 8th, or 12th. So you have Aquarius, 11th sign of Aquarius in the 6th house. That's ruled by Saturn. Saturn becomes functional malefic. Then you have Aries, ruled by Mars in the 8th house. Mars becomes functional malefic. And Sun. Sun sitting in Leo sitting in the 12th house ruled by Sun. So these planets can cause harm when they are conjunct or aspecting within 5 degrees. So Saturn is ruling the house of health and lawsuits, and it is sitting in the house of career. So it gives his career success through hard work and discipline. And then Rahu and Ketu are very close to the most affected point. They're always can cause issues if they're afflicting within 5 degrees. If they're within 5 degrees of the rising sign, then they're afflicting 6 out of the 12 houses, and in this case, that can cause some stress in certain areas. Stress for income and his older sibling, stress for success and less children, marriage issues, and then also issues for his father. So the ninth house is afflicted as well, since he did have suicide. Let's look at the timing of events. So his dad committed suicide during a Sun period, Sun representing father. In 1970, he started his comedy routines during a Moon period, Moon bringing income and performing for the public. Moon is an indicator for public. 83, he had testicular cancer, which he recovered from, and that was during a upcoming Mars period. Mars ruling the house that affects the sex organs. And in 85, he married his present wife, Harley, during a Jupiter period, starting a family. She already had 2 children. Then 86, he interviewed Hulk Hogan, who put him in a chokehold, and he ended up in the hospital and filed a lawsuit against Hulk Hogan, all during a Rahu period, which is sitting in the house of income. He won the lawsuit and actually bought a house with that money in France. In 99, he started writing books on UFOs and conspiracy theories during a Sun period. Sun is ruling the house of conspiracy theories. And then 2000, he started his acting on as Detective Munch on Law and Order and several other shows during a Saturn period. Saturn, again, giving this hard work for his career. And then his brother committed suicide in 2014 during a Moon period, Moon ruling the house of older siblings. And then in 2023, February 19th, he passed away. And this is during a Mercury Saturn period. He was having circulatory and respiratory issues. Mercury, significator for respiratory and circulatory issues. And then if you look to the transit chart on the left, the outer circle is where the planets were when he passed away. The inner circle is where the planets were when he was born. You see that Moon and Saturn and Sun, which are malefics, afflicting that house and the Moon itself, the immune system, and the house of health, which contributed to his death and longevity issues. Saturn is an indicator for longevity. Then what could we do to strengthen the chart? Well, he's already involved in some charities, which would be helpful for Saturn, Mars, Sun, Rahu, and Ketu. Other things that could be done would be strengthening the rest of the planets with my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for his benefic planets, which are everything else. Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Moon, and If you'd like to get a reading, you go or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening. May he rest in peace.